Back in Ngruki, these boys realize that the world's attention is focused on them, and the fact that their school was suspected to be a jihad factory. Osama is still a hero here.
I like Osama bin Laden.
Despite the evidence which links Abu Bakr to the Bali bombing and other acts of terrorism, these boys are vocal in their defense of their spiritual leader.
Hati saya, kalau bukan hati saya, semuanya orang itu ditangkap itu ya marah lah. Istilahnya masuk orang nggak bersalah, masuk ditangkap kan, istilahnya kalau dimaksud akalan nggak pas itu loh. Masa orang ingin menegakkan tatbik syariah ditangkap. Sedangkan yang korupsi-korupsi lain itu nggak ditangkap. Itu kan kami minta keadilan dari sana gitu loh.
While Agu and his friends play basketball in the school quadrangle, they're aware that they are looked upon as potential Islamic terrorists. Today, these traditional centers of Islamic learning, or madrassas, are under massive scrutiny. Experts believe it is here that a conservative and purist brand of Islam is being propagated. Nowhere is this more evident than thousands of miles away in Pakistan, where in these madrassas, the fundamentalist interpretation of the religion infiltrated and helped breed the jihadi mentality.
These madrassas, religious schools, have fostered the growth of a Wahhabist notion of Islam. And the Wahhabist notion of Islam has got certain outstanding attributes. Among them, a very simplistic dichotomization of the world, Muslims and infidels. Certain notion about puritanical Islam, which is very, very dangerous, because what they're trying to say is that everyone else except their own group is somehow beyond the pale. And this, I think, is a very dangerous notion of Islam.
By 1979, Pakistan had become a base camp for the forces opposing the Soviet troops in Afghanistan. It was then that Osama bin Laden first came to this region to fight the Soviet invaders. Many years later, on the 27th of August 1998, in an interview with the French news agency AFP, bin Laden confessed, "I set up my first camp in Pakistan, where the volunteers were trained by American officers. The weapons were supplied by the Americans, the money by the Saudis." Money poured in from Sunni Arab countries eager to counter the radical Shia Islam sponsored by Iran's revolutionary regime. In the process, Pakistan became the battlefield in an intra-Islam proxy war. According to official statistics, around 2,000 new madrassas were set up during the Afghan War.
If you look at both Pakistan and Indonesia, it seems to me that poverty has something to do with this. When Muslims are not able to provide for the education of their children, they go to schools of this sort where education is free, everything is taken care of, and they become captive to this type of education, which I think really poisons the Muslim mind.
Experts also argue that the archaic and non-secular curriculum in these madrassas help create bigoted minds, helping in the process to alter the religious landscape of the Muslim world.
Uneducated